Oh, right. I was gonna do a stream, but then I decided, the hell with that bullshit. I can get my points out, and apart from a couple hot takes and whatnot and other stuff, I tried to lay low a little bit on Vaush, at least in my opinion. I know some people would probably say, "Oh, you're still rent free." I'm just saying is that I'm going to try to make this nice and simple. Vaush went on Kyle and Friends, the podcast on Substack. Of course, everybody and their mom has a Substack, trying to, and they've, and he's there with Crystal Ball. Um, regardless of what you got to say, I'm not gonna go super horny, but she's not bad. She's not bad. She's got 3 kids, so shout out. Good for her. Very trad. But yeah. The thing is that she is that she now has left Rising. Well, I should say that Rising has ended. So now Sagar is on his own, and Crystal Ball is presumably doing Kyle and Friends with Kyle Kalinske. The thing is that then, of course, they had Vaush come on. And Vaush, of course, has said that, she's a fascist enabler and, this is fascism, this and that. And same thing about Sagar. And, of course, now he's backpedaled. He's backpedaled by saying, oh, well, a lot of people use disingenuous arguments against me and they just don't have any information. And because of that, now he's Mr. I'm going to be more careful about who I attack other than Jimmy Dore. And it's just like, okay, you can disagree with Jimmy Dore all you want, but it's like, okay, then prove his arguments wrong. The man himself, okay. But to me, he expresses an anger that a lot of people feel. I don't know, people will say, oh, he bought a $2 million house and all this. Look, I'm not going to sit here and try to make him a hero. Just like when I said about, the forced to vote business was this. I liked his energy. And you know what? I still like his energy. And people are going to be like, oh, why do you... I don't give a fuck. The fact is, though, is Vaush is trying to reach a bigger audience. And he's going to go down the reform route. He's trying to learn from destiny. This is the whole thing, is that, Vaush is a product of destiny. Simple as. And as much as he says, oh, well, I'm distancing myself from... He doesn't want to go down the same route. Destiny tried to, support a candidate. Where the hell was it? I want to say it was Minnesota. Hold on, let me see here. Destiny Canvas. Here we go. Oh, no, never mind. Destiny Canvassing. Omaha. Okay, there we go. Omaha. That's it. Oh, and Georgia. Okay, yeah. Yeah, in Georgia. Okay. Okay. So, and I think Vaush is trying to be much more pragmatic. A lot of folks have asked him, are you going to start a PAC with the money that you make? He's like, no. We're going to do canvassing, but we're not going to do it like he does. Basically, he's going to try to make himself a silent partner. This is kind of like, this is some real conspiracy theory type stuff, but I know. Vaush is going to try to make himself like a silent partner in some ways. And he's going to try to have his audience do the talking instead of him, because obviously, he has a lot of cringe takes. He has a lot of cringe stuff he said. And of course the Discord messages with horse cock and all that business. The point is this, is Vaush is trying desperately, I would say, to get to a mainstream audience. And so now he's not going to be shit talking as much, and he's going to alienate part of his audience. Like I say, he's going to continue to grow. This isn't even me like defending him. I'm trying to do this from I don't care for him, but I realize that he's growing in his power. The thing is, though, the bigger they come, the harder they fall. And people like Vaush will fall. No doubt. He will. It just depends on how far and how he is going to be seen by folks. At least that's my opinion. You know? He's, like I say, ultimately, I think that he's tried to make some more intelligent, pragmatic takes in terms of, don't resist the police, or, actually, gay pride parades shouldn't have kids at them. Oh, wait a minute, they should, but we should keep the horny stuff at night. It's just like, oh man, boy, I just think that this is the whole problem with any type of person that may come from the internet, or may come from like the underground or something like that. This was a big thing with Green Day, right? Green Day was seen as a sellout group because they're like, they were, the LA punk rock scene and whatnot. Now suddenly they come out with Dookie and all this other stuff, and suddenly now they're seen as, posers and everything else, right? I think that similarly, I think people are going to be accusing Vaush of that, and they've already said it. He's already said riding with Biden. The real problem I have in his strategy is basically he says that we need to make the Republican Party irrelevant. And the thing is that you think that you're going to leave a power vacuum. And the thing is that, the far right would love to say, yeah, good, get rid of the Republican Party. That way we can come in. It's kind of ironic that he says we should make the Republican Party irrelevant. And then how are you going to reach those other people in the Democratic Party? He's like, oh, well, are we going to split the Democratic Party? He says a one party. It's interesting that he says one party. When you push for dismantling the Republican Party and making it irrelevant, you simply leave open a power vacuum. And the far right wants that. And so you're going to have a lot of folks who are going to say, yeah, we're going to create a new party. There are plenty, like you say, this is nothing new in the United States. There have been plenty of, the Progressive Party or this and that, And so it's ironic that he says, oh, well, we need to be afraid of the Nosbol vortex. And yet, the thing is, once you get rid of the Republicans, like I say, you could say that Marjorie Taylor Greene is like the future of the Republican Party. No, I don't think she is. Like I say, most people just think she's cringe on so many levels. Like I say, talking about Jewish laser beams or whatnot, making like the cringe sort of typical, American conservative sort of, wearing masks is just as bad as can be compared to the Holocaust. It's like, come on. That's typical. That's virtue signaling, basically. And of course, the fact that she cheated on her husband with some freaky deaky, like, whoever the hell it was. But yeah. So no. I really don't think that's the case. I honestly don't. I don't think that, you can go ahead and talk about getting rid of Cheney all you want to. Okay, whatever, basically. But the thing is, though, you want to have... It kind of goes against what Vaush says, is that, I'd rather fight the social democrats, or try to convert social democrats instead of... Because once fascism comes in, if you get rid... This is the honest truth, in my opinion. If you get rid of the Republicans, you leave room open for fascism. And then you really will have that. then you really have fascism if you get rid of the Republicans. You'd need the Republicans as a punching bag. Like I say, I'm doing this specifically as strategy. I don't really care about this necessarily because I feel like people are going to learn to BS their way through no matter who's in charge. But when you do this type of feiwa, saying, oh yeah, we're going to get rid of the Republicans, make them irrelevant. Okay, go ahead then. You're going to lose power. The Democrats are going to continue to make themselves look more and more foolish. You know, whether it's the mayor of Chicago, whether it's the embarrassing governor of California, the embarrassing mayor of Los Angeles. That's just a start. And of course, you know, then you can get into Governor Cuomo of New York and everything else. You know, and of course people say, you know, the diehard Dems will defend this or whatever. It's not looking good. So, I mean, this whole blue no matter who stuff, it's just not going to do well. So, I mean, I guess go ahead and continue on with your move for the Democratic Party to, you know, become the only singular party in the U.S. I just think what Vaush is saying is just basically, you know, go ahead and keep doing what you're doing. You know, that's what I'm going to say, Vaush. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good, buddy. That's all I can really tell him. I think I'll end it there. See you later, and a goodbye.